When you hit 55, life starts to change. Maybe your kids have moved out. Maybe that big house feels a little bit too big. And maybe, just maybe, you're finally ready to trade maintenance and isolation for community, fun, and a lifestyle designed just for you. That's why 55 plus senior living communities are exploding in popularity. I'm Spencer Hsu, your Bay Area real estate expert. Let's dive into this hidden gem in San Jose called the Villages. I'm going to be doing a driving tour first to showcase what you can expect behind this gated community. Towards the end, I'm also going to be showcasing one of the most affordable options in this community, so stay tuned to the very end. So why are people choosing senior living communities after 55 to begin with? This is not a retirement assisted living care facility, this is an active community. For starters, they're designed for ease, safety, and connection. You get thoughtful details like wide doors, low threshold showers, and single level layouts so you don't have to have painful knees. Most of all, these places are maintenance-free living with landscaping, exterior work, and even utility coverage handled for you. But honestly, the best part is this lifestyle. You're gonna find communities with daily fitness classes, social hours, game nights, and walking clubs. From astronomy club and music society to tennis, pickleball, riding, and hiking clubs, people here are having the time of their lives when they can create new friendships, constant activities, lower stress, and often more affordable, accessible homes built specifically for long-term comfort. But before we talk about real estate, let's start with a little bit of the history of the area. This land was once vineyards. In fact, one of its crown jewels still stands today, the William Wayner Mansion. Built in 1888, this Queen Anne style estate was designed by Daniel Burnham of Chicago's fame Burnham and Root, originally named Villa Lomas Azules, Blue Hills Estate. The Villages spans over 1,200 acres and includes 2,309 condos and 227 single-family homes. Built from 1967 to 2000, the development features 12 residential villages spread across 5 zones. At the heart of the community itself is the championship 18-hole golf course, designed by Robert Muir Graves. There's also a 9-hole par 3 course, driving range, putting greens, and short game areas all throughout the community. But this is just the beginning. Residents enjoy 4 swimming pools and spas, 4 community centers with social halls, 6 tennis courts and pickleball courts, a state-of-the-art fitness center, bocce ball courts, community gardens, equestrian center and stables, hiking trails across 550 acres of protected open space, a clubhouse with a restaurant and bistro, dozens of arts, crafts, music, and surfers clubs all throughout, and a weekly newspaper, library, and post office in this community itself. Now, living in the Villages will include the membership for the golf and country club. HOA fees for a condo will typically range from starting at $800 and up, while single-family homes typically will range for $400 and up. These dues will cover a lot of things, including not just the golf membership, but also Comcast cable package, trash, water, maintenance of all the private roads, exterior maintenance, pest control, gardening, and all of the amenities that we just shared earlier. If you have guests that want to play golf, you just simply need to pay for the green fees, and they are very reasonable at around $50 per person. This area is also gated, so it does provide that sense of security. All right, we are going to be exploring all of the sights and views of this private community, which you have to be 55 plus to be able to own here, which is called the Villages in San Jose. Really hidden part. Like, I haven't been here that often myself before, but this is a great option. You have another community which is called Rossmore in Walnut Creek. That's kind of a similar version of this, but this is really cool, and I'm going to give you the history of it because it was built out over many different phases, and each of the areas will have a different product type. I think that's the coolest part about this area. So we're going to start off with the first community that was ever built, which is this Cribari area. It has 94 single and 2-story buildings with a total of 576 villas or condos. These units typically range from 947 square feet to 1348 square feet and can start at around $450,000. HOAs will sit at around $800 plus a month. You got plenty of parking everywhere, so if you're visiting family or visiting friends, there should be no issues with that. You can see these beautiful tree-lined streets, very flat and walkable. Many people will have just a golf cart to get around. That's always a cool vibe. You can see there's plenty of golf carts on the side of the roads. many different areas will have its own like amenities and pools, but people from one or the other can always go and hang out with others. You will notice though that most of the parking here, they are either open parking spots, or they are carports. They don't have garages. Now these homes were built, I want to say, in the 60s and 70s. But definitely something interesting and cool to see in terms of the style and the layouts that are all around here. How well taken care of it is. No maintenance, right? The HOA community will be taking care of it. So you have beautiful grass, lots of open space just everywhere, super walkable. Now they follow the speed limit here very strictly. So the max is 20 miles per hour. If you do drive faster than that, you could get a ticket here. So be careful if you live here, or be careful as you visit friends and family out here. We're just basically doing the ultimate loop all around Cribari, and it will circle back to where we just came in from, which on the right hand side you'll have this community center. All right, next, and it's pretty cool because they are all built basically, if we think about the left-hand side, like the first left, think of it like a development phase in zones. I want to label them as zones, right? And there will be each its own separate community. Here on the right-hand side, you're gonna have village fairways.
Now, Fairway is the smallest and most private of all the villages, built in 1996, with just 8 single-story buildings and 22 villas. Homes here average at about 1557 square feet. The area is close by to the Cribari Center, which will host an auditorium, fitness room, post office, library, arts and crafts rooms, and the pool and spa. Now, this area is also one of the closest to the entrance of the community, so you're going to be just steps away from tennis and pickleball courts, along with the clubhouse restaurant, bistro, and the 9-hole golf course.
Now we're going to be entering the second zone,
the Village Verano. This area was built in 1980, and it has 86 buildings with 207 villas. You have both a combination of condos and detached single-family homes. The average home size here is around 1578 square feet. Condo prices are going to be a little bit more pricier here. They're going to start around $700,000, where single families can be between $1.3 to $1.5 million. The HOA cost will be very similar to what we just saw previously. It will be a little bit more, and for single family detached homes, your HOA would be at about $500 a month.
You can see like very different, right, in terms of styles, because these homes were built later on. So these have driveways, they have garages. Some are 1-car, some are 2-car garages. You can see different layout that you didn't see previously. Depending on where you stay, you may be able to find some of the homes actually have a whole view. Typically when you are paying for premiums, especially when you have unobstructed golf course views, those always tend to be a lot more premium and desirable, right? Because you also tend to get a lot of natural light that'll be able to come into your place. Actually encountered the entire zone here already. Now there are some on the other side, but the other side will be fairly similar to what you just saw here in terms of styles. The objective of this is that you can see just how things are laid out. You can see the beautiful trees, landscaping that is done. Now we're gonna head out to the next zone. I'm gonna label it as Zone 3. As a reminder, we're going clockwise, starting from the bottom left of a map. You'll see all throughout the different places, you have this different landscaping, different fountains, but in the center of it all, you got a 18 hole, and I believe you also have a 9 hole. Here on the right hand side, you can see they're getting ready to set things up for you can see the gazebo park. All right, there's be concerts. They have a bocce ball field over there. Like, this is just a paradise. And you can see, because the communities were built all in separate eras, the latest community was built in 2000s. They're going to have all sorts of different facilities, pools, amenities, just depending on what's the most convenient to you and what's the closest to you.
Next, we're going to look into the Zone 3, which is going to comprise of several different regions called the Village Highland, Glen Arden, and Valle Vista. Village Highland was built from 1987 to 1989. Now in Highland, there's going to be 23 single and two-story buildings with 72 villas with an average square foot of 1,584. Prices across this area will range from $700,000 to $950,000.
The style and age of these homes, you're going to see a lot more of these triangle-shaped ones. Now you have the clay tiles that you didn't see from the previous one. Look at these. People are always very friendly. They'll just greet each other, say hello. This one is a lot more on the hill itself. You're going to see all sorts of combinations. A lot more two-car garages out here.
Now, Glen Arden includes 25 two-story buildings with 120 villas. Some of the largest condos in the community sit here at around 1,800 square feet.
You're going to see a mix of these townhomes.
Now, Valle Vista is unique to all of these because this is the home to that historic William Wayner mansion that we spoke about. It also has community gardens, you got hiking trails, and you got horse stables here. It's one of the most scenic and serene areas in the entire campus of the villages. This area will have 23 single and two-story buildings with 72 villas with an average square foot size of 1,584. Next, we're going to roll into Zone 4, which is the Village Olivas and the Village Estates. This area is built from 1991 to 1997. Now, this zone features a blend of condos and detached single-family homes. The Village Estate will have 75 single-story, single-family homes. It is actually the one village in the whole community that only has single-family homes. And in general, the prices here will range between $750,000 to $1.2 million. This is where you're going to find the Foothill and the Vineyard Centers. Both of them will have pools, spas, barbecue areas, and social halls. Foothill will even include a lap pool with views of the hills.
They'll have a smaller backyard, but still enough for you to go through any kind of gardening that you would like to do.
Olivas has 165 single-story buildings with 207 condos, with average square footage here of 1967.
Part is, given it has everything is around the perimeter of the golf course, it's also not too difficult to get around. Right here on the left hand side we saw previously, this is the Vineyard Center. There is a swimming pool there. Here you're surrounded by the beautiful golf course. There is a chipping and practicing your bunker shots.
Now we're going to wrap things up at the final zone, Zone 5. This area will have a lot of different regions. You're going to have Village Montgomery, Hermosa, Del Lago, Sonata. Here you're going to have a mix of single-family homes and condos.
Here in the left we're about to enter in Village Hermosa.
Village Hermosa will have condos and single-family homes. Here you're going to find 196 condos along with 74 single-family homes. Now, these single-family homes will have attached garages and an in-unit laundry. Prices here will range between $900,000 to $1.5 million and up.
You can see just the architectural designs are very different. You can see these are now the... Take a look at the roof linings and the roof cover. Here we go. Right now, these are the tile roofs. As you can see, all the materials are also different. They didn't have to necessarily be the same layout. These will now have the 2-car garages. They still have some of these original kind of condo style ones, which in this case this will be like on the one on the left will be a detached garage. That is a 1-car garage. So when it comes to choosing a place, it's always going to be fundamentally about the style that you want, the layout, because the layout inside will also be different, right? Like the styles will be different depending on when it was built, because back then the developers felt there's a specific type of pool of buyers that may like a specific type of layout. The exterior will also look a little bit different. The sizes will be different. Most importantly, it's all going to be relative to your budget. So you can see here on the right hand side, you have the Montgomery Center.
Montgomery is going to have 75 single-story buildings with 351 condos. The average square foot here is about 1,203 square feet. In this region, you're going to find the Montgomery Center with another pool and spa, plus the Public Safety Plaza. This zone is special because you're going to have many quiet cul-de-sacs, like in Montgomery Lane, the Lago Drive, and in Sonata.
Getting very close to the entrance again, which is the last community, because this one that we're in right now, this is the Village Montgomery community. And here you can see another practice area. You got a driving range out here too. Here you're gonna see the villages, Del Lago and Sonata. Take a look at these. I love the fact that all of them are just these tree-lined streets, and you're gonna have price points for everyone. Right, so here you're gonna see a lot more interesting styles. You're gonna have a lot more of these 2-car garages attached to these other 1-car garages, and they're basically these different variations of townhomes. There's only so many places that you're gonna find in the Bay Area that has a car parking spot, and then your other car is gonna be a golf cart. So you tell me if you've seen other ones like that before.
Now for Sonata, you're going to have 42 single-story buildings with 102 villas, with an average square foot here about 1,770 square feet. Del Lago is going to have 174 villas, with an average square foot here of about 1,522.
Here you're not going to find any issues with parking. Like, you're going to have guest parking everywhere. No problems there. So if you wanted to ever visit your friends, your family that are here, feel free to hop on to a golf cart. Easy in and out. And you got some covered golf carts here too. I play golf, and so there's a lot of these that I have also not seen in terms of the different types of golf cart options you can have, especially since you can just go straight from your home onto the golf course. How convenient and easy is that? All right, we're gonna drive to the front. We just made a whole loop all around, so you saw all the different communities that are out here. There is over, I want to say 2,200 homes here. Nothing new is coming on, as in like nothing new is being built. But there's always opportunities to buy, resell as there's people that may want to sell to move to another place. That's not very uncommon. That's not uncommon either. Or people may start off with like a 1 or 2 bedroom and then see if they like the area first, and then they go through the journey to buy the next one. Here, as you can see, we're out near the front, and near the front you have these pickleball courts, and on the right you have the tennis courts.
We are here at my latest listing. This beautifully updated 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, single-level condo in Village Cribari offers 1,223 square foot of bright, functional living space. The kitchen features top-of-the-line stainless steel appliances, custom cabinets with glass doors, decorator lighting, and wood laminate flooring. There's even a rare in-unit laundry area tucked discreetly in the utility space in the backyard. Step out onto your private patio with lush landscape views, perfect for a quiet morning or evening glass of wine. All of this can be had for only $500,000. This will include car park parking and everything that the Villages has to offer. So if you're thinking about downsizing, simplifying, or just starting your next chapter in a vibrant 55+ community, the Villages is absolutely worth a look. In 5324 Cribari, Glen, this might be the opportunity you've been waiting for. I'm Spencer Hsu, and I help Bay Area buyers and sellers make confident real estate moves. Email me at spencer@spencerhsu.com, and we can help with all of your Bay Area real estate needs.